Hi boys and girls, welcome to reading. Today in reading we are in our My View book over on page 95. Okay, we're on page 95 and we're going to look at a few things today, including the long and short E sounds, and we're going to start with syllables. Now, the syllables, if we remember, is kind of the beat of a word. So syllables, how many syllables does the word syllables have? If you listen to it and you clap out the different parts of it, it's got, let's see, syllables, 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 3 syllables in there. How about school? School. How many syllables does that have? Just 1. How about winter? Winter. Winter. 2. All right, so now we're going to take a look at all these items on this page, and we're going to circle the things that have just 2 syllables. We're looking for 2 syllables, okay? So I see this one. What is that right there? Kitten, kitten, kitten. That's 2. So that has 2 syllables. So that's why it started the tracing of the circle there. So circle that one. So that has 2 syllables. We're circling that one. Now, let's work together and see which other things here have 2 syllables. How about this? This is a bird. How many syllables does that have? Bird. Just 1, right? Bird. So we're not going to circle that one. How about that? What is that? That's a zebra. Zebra. Does that have 2 syllables? Zebra. That's right. 2. Very good. All right. How about this? What is that? That is a tiger. Let's do it. Tiger. Tiger. 2. Very good. All right. How about this one? What's that? A turtle. 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 2. Very good. How about this? What's that? That's a fox. Now, before we clap it, can you hear how many syllables is in that? Fox. How many is that? Fox. That's just 1, right? So we're not going to circle that one. Last one. Rabbit. Before we clap it, how many syllables does that have in it? Can you do it yourself? Rabbit. Rabbit. 2, right? Rabbit. Good. Very good. Let's go ahead and circle that one. All right. Very good, boys and girls. Now we're going to turn the page, and we're going to be on page 96. I'm going to fold my book so you can see it. And now we are looking at some words that have the short and long E sound, okay? Now, we're going to first go ahead and trace these letters, the letter E that we see there that need tracing. And you can pause the video if I'm going too fast, but let's go ahead and trace those. Now, as we trace them, we see that they're writing them. As we're tracing, we're writing it just as it should be with really good handwriting. We're going to the top, we're actually to the midline with the top of the E, lowercase e, down to the bottom line. We're not even going to the top line, right? Because we would if it was an uppercase, but we're just doing the lowercase e. Now, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to read this word. We're going to figure this out. And then we're going to circle the item in that line that is that word, that shows that word, whatever it is. Okay? So this has a short E sound, eh, eh, eh. So let's read this. You ready? What sound does that make? N, eh. What is that one? T is t. Good. N, eh, t. Now let's blend it. Net. Net. Good. Net. So that says net. So as we see over here, they've started tracing for us the net. So we're circling that. Very good. All right. Now, we remember from yesterday that when there's an E, another letter, and an E, and usually the consonant, that creates the long E sound, and it's E like that, not eh, like we first learned in kinder and pre-K. So this is E right there. So let's go ahead and blend this. Let's read this word. First, let's figure out the sounds. So what's that sound? That's the S. Goes S. How about this one? T. And then E. What sound does that make? Mm. So there's another E there. Okay. So that is an E as well. So let's do the sounds again. S, t, E, Steve. Let's blend it. Steve. Steve. Very good. That's somebody's name. And I see the uppercase S. And that's because it's a name. If we remember, we always write a name with an uppercase letter. Okay? Your name is always, your first and last name always starts with uppercase. And Steve's name does as well. Very good. So now that we've read it, which one is Steve? This one, or this one? That's a slide, and that looks like kind of the ocean, right? Or a lake, big lake. That must be Steve. Circle Steve. All right. Now, last one. I see the E right there in between two consonants, and I know that has the short E sound. Eh, eh, eh. So, before we do it together, I'm going to give you a chance to read that on your own. Can you read that word? Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and figure out these sounds. What sound does that make? That's the P. It goes p, 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 p. P, and then short E sound. Eh. And then, what letter is that? N. N. Now let's see the sounds again. P, N. Now let's blend it. Pen. 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 Very good. Good reading. Now what is this? Is that a pen? No, that's a pig. What's that? That's paper. Look at that. There it is. That's a pen. Circle the pen. Good job, boys and girls. All right. Now, let's keep going. On the other side, I'm just going to open this here. We're on page 97. We're going to look at some sight words, okay? Some words actually of colors that we're recognizing. All right, so these words we're going to see a lot, so let's go ahead and practice these. So, the first word, I'm just going to read it for you, is black. That's black. All right, and then another color here, that's brown. And the last one, that's white. Black, brown, and white. Now let's look for these words in these sentences. I have the white. They've underlined it because that is the same one up there. I have the white flag. Good. Now let's look for the other two. So we've already found white. Let's look for black and brown. I can take the black flag. There it is. Underline it. Black. You can pause the video if I'm going too fast. And then the last one. Do you see the word? I'll give you a chance to find it yourself and underline it. So we found white and brown. We found white and black. We're looking for brown. Do you see brown there? Let's read the sentence. Where can the brown one go? There it is. Brown. Very good. All right, boys and girls. Now your job is to now pick one of these words. This one, this one, this one. White, black, or brown. And write it down here. Pause the video again if you need to. But I'm going to go ahead and write brown. Okay? It's real close down there. So I'm going to write it on the line as I should, starting in the top line, down to the bottom line. And then a midline, I'm going to make that bubble. Maybe kind of hard to see. Try to make it a little bit darker so you can see it. And then R, lowercase o, using that midline, lowercase w, and then finally lowercase n. Very good. Only once did I go up to the top line, or put anything up in that area. Very good. All right. Again, pause it if you need to. If I'm going too fast, we're going to the next page, and we will take a look at this. This is our last page to do together today. Now, we are going to, first of all, trace the E's. Then we're going to figure out what these say, okay? We could probably figure out over here, but let's go ahead and just trace the E's first. All right. Those are nice E's. This helps us to practice writing the E correctly. All right, so let's figure this out. Now, you can probably figure out with that picture. What sound does that make? B, B. That's the short E. Eh, eh, eh. This one? That is the lowercase t, d. Let's blend it. B, eh, d. Bed. Bed. That's bed. Now this one may not be so easy to understand just from the picture, so we definitely need to read the word. I see a lady there with a horse, okay? So what is this talking about? The arrow is pointing at her. What sound does that make? V. Eh, short E. Eh. Ve. Ve. Now if you have ve and you add the T sound, what does it make? That's the T. So ve, t, vet. Vet. That's pointing at her. That's a vet. Vet is short for veterinarian. Okay? Animal doctor. All right. So then finally, now we have the E, consonant and E. E with two E's with a letter in between, so that gives a long E sound. That's E, so what sound does this make? Ooh, that's an uppercase. Why is that uppercase? Remember, we do an uppercase letter when we have a word at the beginning of a sentence, and also when we're writing someone's name. This must be his name. P, p, p. Eat. And that's kind of a silent E at the end. Let's go ahead and blend it. Pete. 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 Good. That's Pete. Very good. That's his name. All right, boys and girls. So now we're going to write these words there and these blanks here next to it, okay? I'm going to start with this one. Lowercase b. Around. Take your time. Pause it if you need to. And lowercase e. And lowercase d. Make it look just like that one. Very good. Vet. Lowercase v. Lowercase e. And lowercase t. Very good. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to write this one. Tell me what I'm writing, what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to make a couple mistakes on purpose so you can point them out, okay? P, E, wait a minute, what did I do? I did a lowercase p. It's someone's name. I have to do uppercase P. Your name, anyone else's name, first and last name always needs uppercase. P, there we go. E, I'm going to make a mistake. Watch for the second one. T, and E. What did I do wrong? Look at that. You see that? Look at the T. Does that look like that T? No. I needed to start on the top line, go to the bottom line, and put that cross section on the midline. So we want to keep it just like that. Remember, this is helping us to write correctly so that everybody can read our writing. And as we learn more and more in kindergarten, first and second grade, people are going to say, wow, you're such a great writer because you write the way you're supposed to. Good job, boys and girls. All right. Thank you for working with me today in reading.